It is Monday, April the 15th, 2019, and today on the 24 Hours of Bitcoin, we are going to lift up the hood and take a look under the prices and of this potential head and shoulders top formation to see what our indicators are telling us. If this kind of Bitcoin technical analysis is interesting to you, be sure to hit subscribe so that you see tomorrow's episode as well. A quick look at the disclaimer. You can pause the video to read it or click on a link in the description down below for more details. Let's jump right into the 1-minute bars of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Stellar. All of them cracked about an hour ago. So let's zoom out to the 30-minute view and see where things were just before this move back and get some perspective on the size of this move. So we're looking at the 30-minute bar, and certainly we're coming back to retest support and resistance that we've been at before. And so I'm going to be very interested to see what the on-balance volume is saying. Are we getting stronger on-balance selling than we had in these moves in the past when we look at this in Bitcoin? When we zoom out to the 1 hour and the 4-hour view, now we're starting to get the perspective of the head and shoulders top formation. Zoom out to the 4-hour view in each of the other coins, and we see that they are all making potential top formations as well. You can see this trend line in all of them. Really nice trend line. And to break that trend line is very bearish. That is a very bearish view. So starting out with this initial look at these four markets and where they are compared to the short range of prices just the last 6 weeks or so. Now let's step back out to Bitcoin, and what we're looking at here is the 1-day view. We're looking at RSI pulling back a little bit. Now we're looking at the on-balance volume, and we can see pretty steady, good volume here, pretty good steady volume here, steady trickle of volume, a little bit less as time went along here, but generally pretty bullish wave all the way along here to see that steady positive on-balance volume. However, when we get to the MACD indicator, as we were seeing yesterday, and it was a surprise to me yesterday, that we have this crossover occurring here and an acceleration to the negative histogram. That definitely is a sell signal coming up, or a warning of it. Now when we zoom in on this and we're looking at the top formation here, we got a potential 1, 2, 3 top formation, and if prices break below that, we're not only breaking the 1, 2, 3 top formation, we're breaking the trend line and the angular head and shoulders top formation. And we're seeing that this was sort of predicted a little earlier right at this top where this crossover happened, and we're looking at the 12-hour bar view. Now zooming into the 1-month view, this is where it starts to get a little bit more difficult, because although we have the divergence from the price to it's looking a little bit better here, even as we've pulled back, this is still showing a kind of a accelerating momentum. No good here, and it's getting out of whack where I can tell. All I know is that now I've got enough bearish signals and a top formation that this is a place to be paying attention to, for depending on your trading system. It really depends on how you are trading this market. So for example, if you had purchased here and you put your stop loss above this, there's really nothing for you to do. Just hang out and wait for it. If you had purchased here, your stop losses are being hunted right now. And we'll talk more about how far this will come back in 1 second. Let's go back out to this view and zoom in. So now we're looking at back to the RSI indicator again. So I'm going through the indicators at different time zones to give myself some idea. And I'm seeing this negative divergence in the RSI for several days now. We've been watching this develop and develop and develop. And now we're seeing a top formation to go along with it, makes it that much more powerful. Let's zoom in from the 3-month view to the 1-month view. Same thing again, and we're not down to oversold territory strongly yet to suggest that it may be turning around. Here a little bit we're getting some oversold territory, but no divergence to show me that the momentum is changing directions in this as we're zooming in on this one. So as I zoom in on each of these, they're giving more and more bearish feeling to it. They're confirming this top formation is running out, the uptrend is running out of steam. Let's zoom in on this one. Lots of steam, a little bit of red, and then back to green again. It hasn't gone to red yet. Let's zoom into the 1 month view. Now we're getting some red through this, but trickles of green, and then back to red. I don't like that it's turned red just above the 0 line before going down 3 different times. Usually this is the kind of color change before the 0 line switchover that I notice. So that's more bearish for this, that we are seeing more of the on balance selling going on the 4-hour bar. 1-hour bar, of course, we're seeing more dumping, not enough buying to resist it yet. One thing I wanted to compare, zoom in again, is on this time frame, is this on balance volume as deep as some of the prior ones this was testing? It's staying pretty steady on balance, pretty steady negative all the way along here on this time frame. So that makes this top formation look more valid. All the way through, that's looking more and more valid. And if it is the case, then let's clear this off, switch back to just the chart view, and let's take an idea of where this may retrace. Just doing the quick Fibonacci as we've been doing a little earlier in the stream. We're watching for, it's easy for it to come down to the 50% level. We've seen lots of times where things have come to the 38 percentile and then done their thing. So this would not be an unusual pullback for this kind of market. So depending on when you got in, how much leverage you're using, how long of a time frame are you trading this market, this may or may not be an alarm to you. The question is, what's it going to do to the altcoins? And we'll take that up today in the other channel, IntroToCryptos, and we'll be talking more about that. So that wraps it up for the Bitcoin view for today. I want to go over these indicators on a regular basis so that I can go back one day and review what I was thinking on this specific day. What was I thinking of the earlier days, and how did the market actually turn out versus my own trading? So I hope it's helpful for you. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. We'll do these every day and continue to study the price of Bitcoin and these 3 indicators. Cheers. All the best in your Bitcoin trading.